Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Vital Skin Essentials. My name is Lorena,
And I'm Emma.
and today
Today we are
we have a
talking,
secret.
yes, we are talking about the best anti-aging secret that everyone knows but is often ignored. And if we could bottle it, we would make
Millions.
billions, trillions.
So, we are referring to sleep is
Yes.
going to be the most important, I would say, skin regimen ingredient, best
hmm
regenerating anti aging out there, and we take it for granted. We stay
hmm
up late. We are on Instagram, TikTok, whatever your
Yeah.
favorite drug is.
I would even go as far as to say like a lot of times it's late and you're like, oh, I need to like make sure and do my full skin routine. I need to do my red light mask, and in the process, you're staying up later and later. And at what point is it not helping you to do all these things because you're losing sleep when maybe a simpler routine in that instance that could give you like more
Prioritizing the sleep.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prioritizing sleep versus
and it's
prioritizing.
free.
Yeah, and it's
It's
free.
free.
It's free. Prioritizing sleep is well, your skincare won't do much without sleep. And I say
Mhm.
that because that is going to be, we mentioned regenerating,
Mhm.
right? That is going to be the one thing that when your body is getting that REM sleep, when it's in that deep state of sleep, your body's not actually asleep. Like it's working. It's
Mhm.
working for you to rebuild, regenerate. This is a stage where your body is doing all the work and repair that it needs to do that you did throughout the day to
Mhm.
break it down. We are going through pollution. We are going through all the makeup that we put on the skin.
Yes.
The besides the pollution, it's the sweat buildup.
Mhm.
I mean, what else do we do to it? We pick at it, we touch it, we introduce bacteria to it.
Yes. So our skin needs to be able to not only, regenerate, but also to fight off infections, staph infections, things like that. A lot of products we're using on our skin to actually kind of create more circulation, to create skin cell turnover. But if we don't have like those main essential building blocks, our body is going to prioritize other things. And those products are not going to help that much because there's no energy to those areas.
Right, exactly. And so I would say, again, one of the best things that you can do is to prioritize your sleep.
Yes.
In addition to regeneration, like what are some other benefits that you see that sleep affect how sleep deprivation affects the skin?
Well, I mean, kind of my own like personal study, I could see like after having kids, like with young babies, you're getting about like, 3 hours of sleep a night for an extended period of time, and you can see yourself rapidly aging. You can see
Mm-hmm.
it, and it's in like the I don't know, you can just kind of like a sunkenness, a dullness to your skin, um and over the course of like months you can kind of see it more because at first your body can kind of bounce back, but brittle hair, thin skin, dull, more tired, like puffy eyes, all of the things. It's like what would happen naturally over time, but it happens
Sure.
fast. Yeah, you can see it in
So premature aging.
presidents. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
because
the
that's
stress
extreme
levels. Yeah.
stress, and
Mm-hmm.
stress affects your. I'm sure they don't get much sleep anyways, but stress affects your sleep. Other things too, which we might get more into. But if the quality, it's not just about the amount, it's the quality of sleep.
Right.
You might have a glass of wine, think you had a great sleep, and the sleep was complete shit.
Disturbed. It's
Yeah.
disturbed because it's a suppressant, right?
Yes, it just messes up the quality
Of
of your
sleep.
of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not as restorative.
Mm-hmm.
Same with, I was asking like ChatGPT, like, what is worse for you, like being a smoker and getting good sleep, or not being a smoker and getting bad sleep? And it said, well, it's not a good question because if you're a smoker, you're getting bad sleep because smoking makes you have bad sleep.
Mm.
I was like, interesting.
So a smoker and a drinker. both give you bad sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I've heard only like, is just one drink
One drink will ruin the sleep.
ruin the quality of sleep.
Okay.
And smokers, I mean, if you're a smoker, you're a smoker. Like you're smoking, I don't know what the amount is that disrupts it, but I imagine it's one cigarette, and
Right.
smokers are smoking more than that, I would imagine. And eating, this is my bad, eating too close to bed or eating fatty food. Like I eat dinner like 10 usually,
Mm-hmm.
10, 10:30,
Because you get
right
off late.
before, because I get off late, like right
And you're
before
hungry.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost thought, like, doing all this research, I almost thought, like, we film this after work. So I was almost like, I'm just going to have to cancel and go home and get some sleep because reading all this stuff is really depressing and making me feel like I need to just go home and prioritize sleep. So, obviously there's times like this where it's like, yeah, you're going to get a little less sleep, but then I don't think you can ever make up sleep, but you just try to do a little bit better the next night.
Let's go back really quickly because I want to make sure people understand why it's causing it's causing premature aging, right?
Yes.
So we talked about REM sleep. During that REM sleep is when your body is again regenerating, restoring itself, fixing all the stuff that you did to it that day or even weeks before. And this is a stage where your body is again producing and stimulating that collagen, right? So without that proper sleep and sleep cycle, your body doesn't get to that stage where it is repairing itself. Therefore, loss of collagen production, or you're not producing that collagen, you're not producing those fibers that keep the skin strong and firm and supple, which is why you see the increase of fine lines, wrinkles, dark circles, puffy eyes, dullness in the skin. Then we talked about staying up later on the phone, watching TV, things like that. Blue light creates that negative dullness film on the skin. That's why you have protectors like red light on the phone.
It also messes up. So like
is it the circadian rhythm?
It messes up the circadian rhythm. So like if you have like a light, like if a night light type thing in your room, which most adults probably don't, but a lot of kids do, you want it to be on red.
Well, some people sleep with the TV on.
Oh yeah. No, that's awful.
Because I think your body it has that natural the light. The reason why we have it gets so deep.
Well, the blue light makes your body think it's daytime.
It's daytime, right?
And it messes up your whole circadian rhythm. Even if you actually are able to sleep, it messes up your circadian rhythm, and you need that. Like that's why it's good to go outside first thing in the morning and make sure that your circadian rhythm is on track. No caffeine too late. Same thing. Like it makes you too awake at the wrong time. And also we could go into. Did you want to read a little bit about cortisol or
yeah? Again, I know people think cortisol's high causes stress, which causes breakouts. Yes, right at an imbalanced rate or interrupted cycle. Yes, cortisol is good. Cortisol can be bad, just like anything. Too much of something is bad, right? Even too much of something good is bad. So cortisol is your body's way to keep you awake, alert. It's your response system, right? So when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol's typically high.
And you want that.
And you want it because that's the thing that's going to get you out of bed. So if you struggle getting out of bed, something's wrong with your cortisol level.
Yeah, you might be having your cortisol level later, which is a sign of kind of
interrupted.
Yeah.
Right. Or disrupted.
Yeah.
Disrupted cortisol levels are balanced. So
having... sorry.
No, please.
Grapefruit actually raises cortisol, so having like that
in the morning.
In the morning, it always reminds me of my grandparents. They always had grapefruit juice in the morning, but it's for a good reason.
Not my grandparents, but like in the movies.
In the movies, yeah. So it's just like it raises your cortisol like first thing in the morning, which kind of sets you up for good.
Right, instead of taking that coffee on an empty stomach or that energy drink that I see a lot of my coworkers,
Coffee's good for you though.
Well,
in the morning
they have it. Would you have coffee with sugar and syrups, or would you take the grapefruit juice?
Why don't you have sugar in my coffee?
Well, people go to Starbucks in the morning. People go to Starbucks in the morning, and they have their
Well, that's not coffee though. That's
they
the
like
other
sugar drip.
things.
They like sugar coffee. they like
Coffee
they like
itself.
syrup, right?
Yeah.
Black coffee is great. Yes.
Yes, coffee itself is good.
Green tea, black coffee. I know you love coffee.
Like, don't demonize coffee.
We're not knocking coffee, but I'm saying, would you have the grapefruit juice or would you have the coffee as an alternative, right? But then isn't it grapefruit juice like high in sugar though? Still?
I mean, I don't think it's as high as orange juice, but you don't necessarily have to have grapefruit juice. You could just eat a grapefruit,
right?
Which would be the healthier thing.
Because that's what I've seen mostly. Like half of the grapefruit, sprinkle a little bit of like Himalayan salt or something. That's what I've seen. In the movies, like when they big breakfast spread, whatever.
Yeah,
a small little spread.
Grapefruit spoon.
Is that what it is? They have an actual spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're getting.
Yeah, my grandmother did.
We're getting off topic here.
So cortisol.
So cortisol, right? Super important, good for you during the day. You want to have it lowered at night, which is why, again, you mentioned the caffeinated drinks. You don't want the caffeinated drinks. You don't want something to spike your cortisol, like eating sugar, watching scary movies, anything stressful. So probably like working late, scrolling on your phone. Caffeine. I've heard caffeine is like more so if you are not a regular drinker.
But either way, even if it doesn't spike your cortisol, not good for your sleep.
Right, and you don't want to drink.
Why would you want to stay awake
before bed? Yeah,
that's horrible.
And we talked about the cortisol and how that is. You want some cortisol or high cortisol in the morning time, lower in that nighttime. Things to disrupt that cycle. Doing those things, screens and all that.
Yeah, no TV in the bedroom, no phone in the bedroom. Get like an old school alarm clock, ideally.
Do they make those?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I went to the store and saw.
You can get one on Amazon. They also have one that electrocutes you
to wake up.
I looked into it. I'm such a deep sleeper.
You are.
And my husband started going, like, hopefully not for too long, but having to go out of town for work. And he's the person who wakes me up. So it's been awful. Like, I just like wake up late. I'm rushing. Like,
well, that's gonna spike your cortisol.
That will spike your cortisol. And like the reviews are really entertaining. It's like, well, it hurts a little bit, but it works. It got me up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is interesting. I'm gonna look into that one because I'm not.
It's like a doggy shot collar, but it's around your wrist. I guess gives you a little. Okay, so basically, just to go over everything, you want to raise your cortisol early in the morning. You want it lower in the evening. That means no devices, no TV, no phone in the room. All these negative effects of this high cortisol spike later in the evening. And what are some other like negative downstream effects of this, like
sleep deprivation,
and this like high cortisol levels, like in the evening, like over time?
Okay, so over time, high cortisol will have you disrupted sleep, disrupted hormone levels as well, which also causes the skin to produce more oil, which will lead to clogged pores, more breakouts, things like that. In addition to that, we already mentioned that you're not rebuilding that collagen and elasticity, so more fine lines, more wrinkles, dull skin, because you're not getting the nutrients that your body needs and oxygenates and renews the skin cells, so you look more dull and devitalized. In addition to that, we mentioned that the skin barrier that is responsible for locking in moisture, things like that, becomes weakened. So now you lose that moisture in the skin. You don't have that barrier to protect you from outside aggressors, external or like bacteria that you introduce by touching the skin, things like that. So your wound healing capabilities are slower. So you have more prone to irritation, redness, things like that. So
yes,
I mean, it is super, super important. You don't realize
it's
how much you need it.
And it's such a vicious cycle because you are tired, you drink more caffeine. You might drink caffeine later into the day, and then maybe you're a little too wired. You have like a glass of wine to like, and
To
it
try and wind
wind
down.
down. You have a horrible night's sleep because you had caffeine too late, you had alcohol too late, and you probably maybe you ate dinner too late as well. Just like
Mhm.
the
Well, let's talk about
boom,
that.
boom, boom, and then maybe you're stressed and you watch TV. Like,
Yeah, and you try to get, you need
and then
more.
you just there's no possible way for you to get a
Mhm.
good restorative night's sleep, and then you kind of go through the same thing again because you're tired again,
Right.
you're overstimulated
Mhm.
again. The cortisol spike is later in the evening, so you're like up and have a hard time going to sleep. It's really
A
it's
vicious cycle.
yeah, it's really interesting once you like really look into it. It's like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh.
Super.
Yeah.
You mentioned the eating late. Something that I do, something that you say you do.
Mm-hmm.
We get off of work late, 9 o'clock. We haven't eaten since 3 o'clock or something, or you probably
Or
haven't eaten
maybe
all
haven't
day.
eaten.
All day.
Yeah.
And so you want to have that meal. Anything that you eat, whether it's uh, greasy or not greasy that you make at home, the body at night needs is already working to repair and restore everything that we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're giving it something else to work on and break down. So instead of you getting that REM sleep, it's so focused on the gut area, which is responsible for even brain, health and everything. It ruins that connection where it should be focused on repairing, restoring. Now it's focused on breaking down the food that you just incorporated. And if it's processed food, because nothing good and nothing healthy is open late.
Yeah, I mean you can cook,
I mean,
but
sorry, nothing healthy is open late. Everything bad is open. But yeah, you can cook, right?
yeah.
But then it's still that
Yeah.
the body is focused on breaking that down. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? It cannot because you haven't even had sleep from prior days and prior weeks. And so then it stores that as fat. Boom, now you're fat.
And now in the morning
Now
you're
you're puffy.
tired, so you're trying to like seek out energy, and we tend to eat more,
You
and we
crave sugar.
yes, we eat worse things like
Mm-hmm.
sugar. We're just trying to like do something to kind of get us through the day, and then our body's not as good at regulating our insulin, and so we have these massive like insulin spikes. uh it's
And guess
it's
what?
really
And guess
depressing. Yeah,
what?
it's awful.
Once you put on that extra weight, guess what happens? Now you have inflammation, right? And now your joints hurt. And then you know, you
Yeah.
start, you start to see even like skin conditions because
Hmm.
you've developed this weak immune system, you've developed all this inflammation is the root of so many diseases and
All
skin.
of them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So now you've done this to yourself, right? You thought it was just one day of sleep and then try to, take all these energy drinks or whatever. And then it's just
Hmm.
now you're craving all this sugar because your hormones are like, I want, your body's like, I want to feel good. I want to,
Yeah, we're always
maintain.
trying to balance ourselves, but we're instead of finding balance, we're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm. And then you're buying all
So
this
crazy.
skincare.
And
Trying
we're
to
yeah,
fix
because
the
we can
problem,
we
all
can
these eye
see
patches.
ourselves. We have more breakouts. We can see ourselves aging faster. And we might kind of be like, oh well, I ate that sugar. I overate. I ate the greasy food. And while that is true, it's more than just that. That you could supplement to help you sleep better. And there's also things that you can do to like help kind of regain some of the things that you lose from not sleeping well.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the ones like I guess melatonin,
Melatonin
and
is
then you're
one.
saying lion's mane.
Lion's mane for brain fog or
Mm-hmm.
brain function.
Brain function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
St. John's worts is more for mood stabilizer,
Okay.
and lemon balm is to help regulate your nervous system, which will help with cortisol levels. So it's why you
Okay.
need that at nighttime, like a tincture or whatever in your drink.
Okay.
You the sleepy mocktail kind of type of drink. The functional mocktail is the tart cherry juice
Mm-hmm.
with lemon balm drops, and you can mix it with like sparkling water.
Oh, that sounds really good actually.
Yeah, it's delicious. I've had it. It's
Um,
delicious. So I've
yeah,
tried those.
I'm craving that now. And then also we were talking about a little bit before this, we are talking about creatine.
Oh yes.
So this is not like we can't say, oh, this is like 100%, like this has been tested. I think this is kind of like a little bit controversial.
Study,
Yeah,
like
more like anecdotal, small
mhm.
studies, but I think it does work because I've noticed because I don't get a lot of sleep, and I have started taking creatine. I'm out of it now. I have to take it more, but so creatine, especially when taken in slightly larger doses, I think like if you do one scoop, it's like the like two or three. So I think it ends up being like
You take 3 scoops?
yeah,
Oh.
a lot of times 3 scoops. So I think it's like
Is that the like recommended dosage, or do you just take more of?
I take more of. So
Oh.
the recommended is like I'm gonna get this wrong. I think it's like is it like 500 milligrams or I think it's 500 milligrams.
I don't
And
know.
so I take like 1000 or it might be 5 grams and maybe I take 10 grams.
I just
Uh,
take the scoop, and that's what it says.
but
One
it's
scoop
like
per
I
adult.
remember like looking at what one scoop was for like to like kind of to do the loading phase and to like help your body gain muscle when you exercise. But then I'd heard for the cognitive benefits, like a little bit more is
Oh,
better.
okay.
Maybe it's because your body is taking in the creatine and then
To
like
produce the to
yeah, like
strengthen the muscle,
maybe it goes somewhere else first, and if you have enough of it, then it goes to the brain.
distribute everywhere else,
I'm
maybe.
not sure, and maybe this is just this
Bro
person's
health, or what did
opinion,
you
bro
say? Bro
science.
science.
But I did notice, especially when I was taking a little bit higher dose, that I did feel like because like I'm sleep deprived most of the time, unfortunately. Like I did feel like I was able to recall things where
Better.
like I always feel like, oh my gosh, like my brain's like asleep.
Mhm.
I was able to like recall things more quickly. It
Well,
was
remember,
weird because it wasn't like an immediate like I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Like I was able to like remember the name of that song. I was able to remember that actor. I was able to like just like reference things I was talking about without having to struggle, and so it definitely
yeah,
helps.
because we know that sleep deprivation
Hmm.
it incorporates it produces brain fog,
Hmm.
fatigue, um, what else? Irritability, things like that. So
Yeah.
when you're taking creatine, it acts like what was the
Well, it
metaphor?
increases. I don't remember the metaphor. It
It was a
increases like
backup battery.
oh yeah, it's like a backup
It's a
battery.
backup battery
Yeah,
for your brain,
and it helps like
for your
energize
body.
the ATP, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like which is the energy source of our cells. Like
Mm-hmm.
red light also helps ATP production.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we have a lot of when we're born, and it just continues to
It
decrease
when you
with
don't sleep
time.
very well, it doesn't produce as much. So
Yes.
therefore, memory loss.
Yeah, and probably even things that stimulate it, like red light. If you're not also sleeping well, it's probably your body's not even as good
Yeah.
at making more. So like yeah, so creatine definitely not a substitute for sleep, but in the short term, if you're just trying to get through a workday, it will help kind of offset some of this negative cognitive
Effects from sleep
effects.
deprivation.
Yes, and those are the only like supplements I can think of
Mm-hmm.
that help. I mean, like there's also berberine. Is it berberine that helps with? It's kind of like what's it
Stimulant.
called? It's called like the poor man's it's like a diabetes medication. The what's that diabetes medicine called?
Not insulin.
It's not insulin. But it basically it lowers blood sugar. So it can be really good for someone with like and like high androgens
Mm-hmm.
that's causing their acne. And this might be good for just in general for sleep because if you have lower blood sugar, it can help with
Yeah.
sleep and a lot of people take berberine as like a longevity, like longevity space.
Well, like a wellness.
Yeah, people that like will do everything to live longer is like one of the things. Metformin.
Metformin.
Yes,
Yes, my sister does take
yes. So
that. Sorry.
berberine is a like over the counter cheap version of metformin.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to lower your blood sugar, if you feel like your lack of sleep has caused this like overreduction of androgens, probably because it's thrown off your hormones and it's causing more oil, or if you have like a condition where your androgens are elevated, this could be something that could help improve your acne and probably your sleep because if you have high blood sugar all the time, you're also
Spiked, yeah.
not going to get good sleep.
Right. Now, again, not medical advice.
Not medical advice, just
Always
something to like.
consult a doctor.
Always consult a doctor. Any supplement, it could interact with something else that you're taking. Grapefruit that we mentioned earlier, if you are taking, I think, any type of antidepressant or something like that, or I think it can interfere with the absorption of it. So you do need to be very, very cautious
of that.
Yeah.
Well, great information. I think we covered a lot of great benefits or negative side effects of
Yes.
sleep deprivation and ways that you can improve sleep. Oh, what are some ways that we can improve sleep besides putting down the phone screen, besides not taking the energy drinks?
I mean, just kind of the basic, like waking up at a decent time, waking up at the same time every day, trying to get outside. Yeah, whether you're off or not, trying to get outside, get some like sunlight, especially in our eyes, like not wearing sunglasses early in the day, to kind of like kick off that circadian rhythm. If you feel like your cortisol is low, having, if you're able to have it without any interactions, having some grapefruit, coffee early in the day, and exercise early in the day if you can, not late at night. Like,
although I have some of the wellness podcasts that I've listened to is like, do the evening stroll. That's more like mental fatigue.
Oh yeah, just like a walk, or yeah,
not a workout, like a slow paced walk to like avoiding like cell phone things like that. You don't want to listen to anything. You just want to have a quiet walk to decompress.
It can help you digest
and
too.
It can help you digest after dinner. Yes, 1000%. Something that I've done in my 30s now, like that evening stroll, lifesaver.
Yeah,
it reduces heartburn. One reduces once you get your steps in, and we can do another video of like 20,000 steps a day type of thing, and the benefits of that. But besides the evening strolls, light stretching or even deep stretching before bed relaxes the muscle, and imagine all this work that you do all day needs some type of release from that. And like I mentioned, lemon balm is a good sleepy time mocktail.
Yeah, magnesium's wonderful. It also helps if you have restless legs, which can interfere with your sleep. And
there are certain fruits that you can eat at during bedtime. Obviously, before the evening stroll, that you can take, like cherries, right? Like cherries, things like that. So
yeah, it's basically just like a healthy lifestyle, and not getting to the point where you're having to do all these things to kind of try to feel energetic or try to feel sleepy when you're not. And yeah, just kind of
listen to your body.
Yeah, listen to your body and try to get as much sleep as you can. And really, I think the biggest thing is putting down the phones. Never have a TV in your room. Just, like, turn it off. Like, you want it to be dark and quiet. Get blackout curtains. Get some sleep. And on that note, we're gonna go because it's late and go to bed.
Yes, we're gonna prioritize your sleep now. So have a great night. I hope you get some sleep, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.